When was the last time you were in a storm, a tornado? This is the kind of storm in which the wind is howling, the rain is pouring down, and the entire world seems to be shaking around you. This is what you do. There is no way to control the storm. Wait for it. You do not move at all, because the storm always sweeps through life. You choose to remain silent. You will be shaken by life. You will be put to the test by life. It is going to bombard you with noise, distractions, uncertainties, and worries. You are going to be convinced by it. To achieve everything you desire, you will need to pursue, fight, and strive for it. On the other hand, I am here to share with you something that will alter the way you view your path, not speak a word. You will find that everything comes to you naturally. Are you ever aware of the fact that the person who is the loudest in the room is typically the weakest? They continue to talk, attempting to demonstrate something and attempting to persuade the world that they are important. The truth is, however, that genuine strength and confidence do not need to be announced. It is the case. Recall the ocean as an example. Despite the fact that the surface may be crashing with waves that are roaring with fury, the genuine strength may be seen behind that quiet power depth. There is a peaceful control that lies underlying all of the confusion and noise. Not in the noise, not in the mess. I am. The world teaches you that you have to be seen, that you have to be loud, and that you have to continuously put yourself out there in order to be known. Nevertheless, this is not the foundation upon which greatness is based. When you are working on yourself, growing your intellect, honing your talents, and keeping focused when everyone else is distracted by the noise of the world, greatness is formed in quiet. It is in the times when nobody is watching, in the sacrifices that nobody sees, in the early mornings and late nights when you are working on yourself. Many people misunderstand silence. People have the misconception that remaining silent is a sign of weakness. Many people have the misconception that if they do not speak up, they are being ignored. But this is not the case. Silence is a powerful enemy. Indeed, it is a tactic. It is the environment in which discipline is conceived. When you practice becoming silent, you develop the ability to listen. In addition, you will get power if you learn to listen. The ability to control your feelings, your responses, and the way in which the world influences you are all aspects of your power. Because once you have mastered your silence, you will have the ability to master yourself. What's more, if you have complete control over yourself, there is absolutely nothing that can stop you. Take a look at the most vicious warriors in the annals of history. Those with the most formidable minds and the most skilled combatants. They don't display any signs of arrogance. Every action that they do is not always publicized. They maintain a level head. The attention remains on them. They let their actions speak for themselves. And when the time is right, they strike with pinpoint accuracy, without any hesitance, without any hesitation, and without wasting any energy. It is necessary to walk through life with patience, control, and intention in order to accomplish these goals. The power of quiet lies in the fact that it compels you to have faith in yourself without interruption. When you choose to be silent, you let go of the need to seek validation. Stop trying to get people's approval. At this point, you stop squandering your energy by attempting to prove something to individuals who are of no consequence. You become your own primary source of self-assurance. Over time, you become unmovable. In addition, I have something to tell you. When you remain silent in the face of the noise that is going on around you, you become a mystery. Other people are unaware of what you are contemplating. They have no idea what preparations you have made. They are unaware of what is going to happen next. That is power, because while they are busy trying to find out who you are already 10 steps ahead of them. By the time they finish their sentence, a number of the most significant moves in history were not aired. They were created without any sound. There were times when the most significant changes did not take place in front of individuals. In private, they took place behind closed doors. The individuals who are the most powerful are not the ones who are bragging about their power from the rooftops. They are the ones who are able to maintain their composure in the face of challenges, who are able to maintain their concentration even when everything around them is in disarray, and who are able to remain unshakable under pressure because they are aware of who they are. It is not necessary for you to make the world aware of your suffering. You are not required to disclose to everyone what it is that you are working on. It is not necessary for you to demonstrate to others that you are improving, that you are working hard, or that you are being transformed into something more significant. You should allow people to have doubts about you and make them believe that you are not doing anything. Because when the time comes, you will rise. It will be a surprise to them when you finally arrive at the moment you have been working so hard to get ready for. When you are silent, you become unpredictable. Being silent makes you more vulnerable. Becoming silent gives you more power. They are the ones who are the most powerful because they are the ones that do not talk unless they are required to. They don't waste their words because they don't do anything that would waste their energy. These individuals do not squander their time by attempting to persuade anyone of anything. All they do is move. All they do is act. Simply put, they emerge. One can tell the difference between those who talk about success and those who truly achieve it by looking at this distinction. The first one makes a lot of noise, whereas the second one moves quietly and gets things done. That fear, that doubt, that anxiety, it eats away at you. You spend a lot of time worrying, wondering about whether or not you are on the right road, worrying about whether or not you are doing enough, and worried about whether or not the things you dream about will ever come together for you. You will be led to feel that if you do not pursue, if you do not compel, and if you do not control every little thing, then you will in some way be unable to take advantage of the situation. But that's not how life works. Life is not like that. Every single chance, every single blessing, and every single moment of greatness that is waiting for you to take advantage of. In fact, your name is already printed on it. It has already been written down. The process has already been initiated. The only thing that is required of you is to be prepared. A great number of individuals devote their entire lives to pursuing approval, chasing love, and seeking achievement. Trying to make everything happen on their timeline, they exhaust themselves to the point of exhaustion, believing that if they do not exert control over every single detail, then everything would fall apart. Having control, however, is a fallacy. There is no need to coerce something that was originally intended to belong to you. Observe the river there. There is no pursuit of the ocean by the river. Having the knowledge that it will arrive at the appropriate time allows it to flow effortlessly. There is no plea for the dawn to arrive from the sun. It is able to rise when it is intended to rise. Despite the fact that the seasons require the leaves to change more quickly, the trees do not run after them. In spite of the fact that everything occurs in its own time and just as it should, you still believe that you need to hurry. You believe that you need to exert influence, and you believe that if you do not have it at this moment, then you are failing. But in reality, you are not failing. You are developing into the kind of person, if you are truly ready, then what is meant for you will find you. It will not come to you when you demand it, nor will it come to you when you believe you deserve it. Rather, it will come to you when you are prepared to receive it. In the event that you get anything too quickly before you have the maturity, the power, and the self-control to deal with it, it will be lost to you without more consideration. The fact that things do not always occur when you want them to is for a specific reason. This is not a form of punishment, rather, it is a form of protection. that rejection, that closed door, that delay, not yet, you would be at a loss for what to do with yourself. Many people hurry into relationships with the mistaken belief that love would make them better. But love is not intended to make you whole. It is intended to be a complement to you. Additionally, if you do not know who you are before to the arrival of love, you will end up losing yourself. In the event that it occurs, people would pursue wealth in the belief that it will offer them serenity. Yet, money cannot mend a mind that is not well disciplined. Self-doubt is not eliminated by financial success. In the event that you lack the ability to tolerate a small amount, you will not be able to handle a significant amount. People are desperate for success because they believe that the title, the accomplishment, and the position would bring them happiness. However, happiness is not solely a result of achievement. The source of happiness lies within. And if you are not content with your life before achieving achievement, you will not be content with your life after you have achieved success. Having faith in the procedure is essential. You must have faith in the passing of time. You have to have faith that whatever is meant for you will come to you at the time when you are the person who is capable of handling it, whether you are strong enough, wise enough, or disciplined enough. There are some doors that remain closed because it is not intended for you to walk through them. There are certain people who choose to leave your life because they were not meant to remain. There are some opportunities that you miss out on because larger things are on their way to you. You may not be able to see it right now, but you will eventually be able to look back and comprehend it. The instant you allow yourself to stop pursuing, that is the moment you begin to attract. When you finally stop pleading for something, that is when you will begin to receive it. You will find that life begins to flow freely in your favor the moment you stop trying to force things. The one and only thing that is required of you is to continue developing into the version of yourself that is prepared. You must continue to develop, continue to study, and continue to get ready, because the time will come. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will be able to prevent the moment from finding you after it has been predetermined for you. Everyone has the desire to be noticed. Every person has the desire to be acknowledged before they have even completed the task. People want to be praised. Prior to having paid the price, they demand credit for their actions. They desire for the world to take notice of them, to validate them, and to affirm that they are doing a wonderful job. Greatness is not constructed in such a manner. Indeed, it is not how success is achieved. You can't achieve success by simply telling other people what you want to do. It comes from doing it, from locking in, from shutting out the noise, from getting up every single day and working even when nobody sees it. It comes from doing it. In most cases, the person who is the loudest in the room is not the strongest. Those who boast, those who talk about how hard they are working, and those who feel the need to disclose every small move they take are the ones who are talking about themselves. Neither of them are doing it for their own benefit. In order to garner attention, they are engaging in this behavior, which does not lead to success. There is work. Not a single one of the most famous maneuvers in history was disclosed. They were ready for the fact that the most significant victories were not gained in front of a large audience. They triumphed while no one spoke. Training, discipline, evenings spent alone, and sacrifices that no one witnessed were all things that were involved. Greatness is constructed in that very place. However, the majority of individuals can't wait. They do not want to be working in the shadows. They desire to be in the spotlight before they are in a position to actually be in it. The fact that they desire the benefits without the effort is the reason why so many people never achieve their goals. They are oblivious to the fact that genuine achievement is difficult to achieve. This is a very quiet process. There is no need for you to notify anyone about what you are doing. Every action that you take does not need to be announced. Do your work. Simply construct something. Simply get better. Mostly due to the fact that when success arrives, it will explain itself. As it continues to develop, the tree does not produce any sounds. People are not compelled to look at it in any way. It merely absorbs the light from the sun. This merely helps to strengthen its roots. Eventually, it will be able to stand tall and unmovable. Athletes do not become great by displaying their abilities throughout each and every training session. They don't broadcast every single difficult moment, every single drop of sweat, and every single late-night workout. Simply said, they turn up. They simply put up sufficient effort. People call it talent, but they don't see the thousands of hours that happened before that moment. And then one day, when the entire world is watching, they perform, and people call it talent. The intentions of the entrepreneur are not going to be successful if they are revealed to the public before they have been carried out. They don't waste their time and effort trying to prove themselves to those who aren't even concerned with what they have to say. They concentrate, they construct, and they make investments in their art, and then one day the world awakens and becomes aware of what they have produced. However, there are an excessive number of those who wish to avoid the silence. They aim to avoid the effort that is visible. They are looking for attention before they are even prepared, which is the reason why they are unsuccessful. The foundation of success is not noise. Patience is the foundation of it. It relies on unwavering commitment. There are times when nobody is cheering for you, when nobody is watching, and when nobody even knows what you are doing. This is when it is built. Additionally, this is the point at which the majority of individuals give up, because they do not receive the validation, they do not receive the instant satisfaction, and they do not receive the acceptance that they believe they require. On the other hand, if you are able to learn to enjoy the stillness, if you are able to learn to thrive in it, if you are able to comprehend that this is the place where true success is formed, then nothing can stop you. Those that are successful, those who actually achieve their goals, are unconcerned with the commotion that is going on around them. The attention is not something that concerns them. These individuals are not concerned about proving anything to anyone. They are concerned about the work. They have a genuine interest in art. Every single day, they are concerned about improving their health. In addition, this is the reason why their success will be indisputable when it finally occurs. It is immune to shaking. This cannot be stopped. Simply because it was not constructed on hype. This was a foundation of self-control. It was constructed with concentration. It was constructed in complete silence. So put an end to your concerns about who is watching. Put an end to waiting for confirmation. Stop believing that in order to be successful, you need to be visible. Put in the effort. That's all. Simply put in the effort. For now, all you need to do is get ready, because when the time comes, your moment will come. Your accomplishments will transmit such a powerful message that the entire world will be compelled to pay attention to them. There's a day that will come when everything that you have been working for, everything that you have been hoping for, and everything that you have been waiting for will finally arrive. This is the moment when life tells you that it is time, the chance, the breakthrough. But the issue is, are you prepared to take advantage of it? An excessive number of individuals have the desire to achieve success, but they do not make the necessary preparations. They have the desire to achieve greatness, but they do not exercise their skills. However, they do not practice in the small, quiet rooms where no one is observing them, since they have dreams of performing on the large stage. They talk about what they are going to accomplish, but when the time comes, when the opportunity knocks, they do not take action. They were not prepared, not because they are unfortunate or because the world is against them. Rather, it is because they were not prepared. There is no denying the fact that your time will arrive, regardless of whether or not you are prepared for it. If you are not prepared, it will pass you by. it will be possible for you to step through the door, but you will not have the strength to do so. You will have the opportunity, but you will not have the self-control to make the most of it. You will receive what you have been requesting from the world, but you will not be able to keep it because you have never constructed a foundation that is robust enough to give it the ability to be maintained. Luck has nothing to do with success. Preparation and seizing opportunities are the keys to success. The problem is that the majority of people are only concerned with the opportunity. The results are what they want. They want the rewards, they want the win, but they overlook the preparation, and that is why they fail. It is not because they were incapable of achieving their goals. Rather, it is because they made the mistake of not putting in the necessary effort before the time came. Even when the lights are on, you are not going to become great. Your performance improves when no one is looking at you. When the time comes, you do not find yourself suddenly able to rise to the occasion. The quality of your preparedness determines how far you fall. Due to the actions that the athlete took on that particular evening, they are not awarded the championship. They are successful as a result of the thousands of hours, years, and unnoticed labor that came before it. It is not due of an artist's luck that they are able to perform very well, because they have been preparing for years before anyone ever gave them a stage. They are able to bring it about. Long before it bestows blessings upon you, it will put you through a series of tests. You're going to face difficulties, failures, and hardships as a result of it. This is not to test you, but rather to get you ready. The reason for this is that the thing that is intended for you is too huge, too significant, and too strong to be handed to someone who is not completely prepared to carry it. It is necessary for you to train before the fight. Now is the time to hone your mental skills before the opportunity presents itself. You have to put in the effort before the world ever sees you, because by the time the moment occurs, it will be too late to get ready for it. You won't have enough time to cultivate self-assurance, to cultivate discipline, or to become an expert in your craft. If you are not prepared, then you will not be ready. It is in the shadows that every great success story is constructed. Before their names were known to the entire world, before the throng arrived, before the clapping, and before the spotlight fell upon them, there was a period of time during which they were preparing, a period during which nobody believed in them. It was a season in which they had to keep going, keep working hard, and keep believing in themselves when no one else did. During that time period, the majority of people give up due to the fact that they do not see instant results. They become exhausted, they become disheartened, and they just quit trying. Nevertheless, those individuals who are successful, those who seize their moment and make it their own, are the ones who continued to make preparations even when it seemed as though nothing was taking place. They did not wait for others to inspire them. They didn't stand around and wait for approval from the rest of the world. They did not stop moving forward. An opportunity will present itself to you, the door will open, and your moment will come eventually. If, on the other hand, you are not prepared, if you have not made any preparations, and if you have wasted your time waiting rather than working, then that window of opportunity will pass you by. Train right away, work right away, construct right away, because there will be no more opportunities for a second opportunity when the time comes. You will not be able to wait for the world to catch up to you. You can either make progress or you will fall behind. I have a plan for you, a plan that is much more extensive than what you can see at this moment. The plan is being carried out in ways that you are not even aware of. But the issue is that you want to have control over it. You want to hurry things up. You want everything to take place right away. Furthermore, because it is not occurring on your time frame, you begin to have doubts about it, despite the fact that life does not operate according to your timetable. You begin to wonder if it will ever take place at all. The more you try to force it to go at a faster pace than it is naturally moving, the more frustrated you will become, because you cannot rush anything that is supposed to take time, regardless of how hard you try to exert control or how much effort you put forth to exert control. Take a look around you and observe nature. The seasons do not change depending on whether or not you want them to. It is not because you instruct it to rise that the sun rises. It is not because of your demands that the tides will change. Regardless of whether or not you comprehend any of it, everything takes place at the precise moment it is supposed to, when it is supposed to take place. When it comes to your life, the same is true. You believe that you are falling behind, and you believe that you ought to have arrived by now. When you look at other people and realize how successful they are, how far ahead they appear to be, you begin to compare yourself to them. You begin to have the impression that you are failing, that you have missed your opportunity, and that you are running out of time, despite the fact that you are not late, that you are not behind, and that you are situated precisely where you are supposed to be. That which is intended for you is still on its way. Doors that are required to be opened will be opened. It is certain that the possibilities that are rightfully yours will come to you, but they will not arrive any sooner than they are originally intended to. There is something that you need to comprehend. In the event that you obtain something before you are prepared to deal with it, it will not be able to endure. You may be desiring success at this very moment, but are you able to bear the burden of it? You may be in need of love at this moment, but are you the kind of person who can keep it going? There is a possibility that you are looking for the breakthrough, the opportunity, or the win, but do you possess the self-control to keep it? After you have it, life will know when you are ready to move on. When the time is right, life will reward you with what you've been working for. Additionally, if you do not have it yet, it is not because you are not capable of receiving it. The reason for this is not that you have been forgotten. Rather, it is because something more significant is still being constructed. However, you must have faith in that. Trusting that every delay is for a cause is something you need to do. Each and every door that is closed is guarding you. There is no time that is wasted in the hands of the cosmos. And every obstacle that you face is preparing you for the next one. Every moment, every challenge, and every experience is molding you into the kind of person you need to be in order to tackle the challenges that lie ahead. Reflect on the past of your life. Remember all the times you desired something so badly that you couldn't get it. Still, it did not take place. And now that you are standing now, you can see why that is the case. What was the first thing that needed to take place? It is clear to you that you had to mature, that you had to heal, and that you had to go through certain experiences in order to become strong enough, wise enough, and prepared enough. In the present instant, it is difficult to see it. During the time that you are in the waiting season, it may be difficult to believe it, but eventually you will comprehend the reasons why it had to occur in this manner. Hold your breath and slow down. Put an end to the myth that you are lagging behind. Put an end to comparing your journey to that of another person. Your narrative is all yours to tell. Your time is entirely up to you, and what is coming your way is tremendously more significant than anything you could possibly conceive. Simply put your faith in it. Rely on the fact that you are being directed. Put your faith in the fact that everything is proceeding precisely as it should. Have faith that everything will make perfect sense when you realize that you have finally arrived at your moment. The world is quick to change. Speed, fast gratification, rapid success, and overnight results are the foundations around which everything around you is based. As a result of this, you have been conditioned to assume that if something does not happen quickly, it is not happening at all. However, that is not the case. That is not the way that true success is constructed. Not in this way does greatness come into being. People who are the most powerful in this world are not those who are in a hurry. Waiting is something that they do. Those individuals who are aware that patience is not a sign of weakness, but rather of power. Patience is the capacity to persevere in the face of a lack of indications that anything is producing the desired results. The ability to come up day after day, even when there is no praise, no approval, and no results in sight, is what it means to be able to endure. When everything in you wants to give up, it is the ability to trust the process that is being followed. The vast majority of individuals lack patience. Immediately, they want results. They are determined to achieve success right away. And when they do not see it right away, they become disheartened. They begin searching for ways to cut corners. People begin to evaluate themselves in relation to others. They begin to wonder if it is worthy of their time. And that is the moment when they decide to give up. Right before they made their breakthrough, right before they had their moment, and right before everything was going to fall into place inevitably. Patience is the only thing that differentiates those who succeed from those who do not. There is no question about who possesses the most talent. It does not matter who was given the most favorable opportunities. It all comes down to who was willing to put up with the burden, who was willing to sow the seed, who was willing to water it every single day, and who had faith that it would eventually develop without regard to the length of time it required. A tree is not planted today with the expectation that it would be completely matured the next day. After going to the gym for the first time, you can't expect it to get powerful overnight. Within a short period of time, it is not possible to establish a company, a profession, or a legacy. All things that are meaningful and everything that is worth having require time. And this is where the majority of people fall short. Sadly, they left too soon. Early on, they lose faith in themselves and their abilities. What they fail to understand is that patience is not limited to simply waiting. It all depends on how you wait. In this time of waiting, what are you doing with your time? Do you continue to be employed? Do you continue to make progress? To what extent do you continue to show up even when it seems as though nothing is taking place? Since if you are already ahead of the majority of people right now. There is a significant deal of patience involved in every great success story. Every single champion, every single legend, and every single person who you look up to had to go through a time when nothing seemed to be working towards their goals. They were forced to confront uncertainty. In the face of ambiguity, they were forced to battle, even when the world presented them with every reason to give up. They had to keep pressing forward. It is patience that enables you to continue pushing forward even when everything else is telling you to slow down. When it seems as though nothing is changing, it is what gives you the strength to keep going. You are able to construct something that is genuine, something that is long-lasting, and something that cannot be shaken. The majority of individuals are afraid of patience because they believe that waiting is a waste of time. However, patience is not a meek trait, it is in motion. The waiting is where you become disciplined, so pay attention to it. The waiting is where you will experience growth. During the time that you are waiting, you will develop into the kind of person who is prepared for the success that is on the horizon, since success that arrives suddenly has the potential to ruin you. There is a possibility that you will miss out on a blessing that comes your way before you are prepared for it. You may believe that you desire it right now, but if you do not possess the fortitude, the insight, and the experience to keep it, it will not have any lasting impact on you. Due to the fact that it trains you to be resilient, patience is power. It has the ability to reveal your true self. Things that are difficult to deal with tend to build something within you that nothing and no one can ever take away from you. It provides you with a competitive edge, an advantage, and a foundation that is so solid that when the time comes for you to climb, you don't just raise yourself, you stay there. Don't be in a hurry. Try not to chase. Do not allow the world to persuade you that speed is faster than everything else. Because those who are the most powerful, the wisest, and the most successful are the ones who get that the more you wait, the more powerful you become. As you persevere for a longer period of time, you become more unmovable. When you have faith in the procedure for a longer period of time, the reward will be bigger. When all is said and done, there is a direct correlation between the energy that you carry within you and the reality that you see around you. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions, as well as the way you navigate through life, are all factors that affect what you attract into your life. It is inevitable that life will reflect back to you the uncertainty, anxiety, and negativity that you carry with you wherever you go. However, if you are able to maintain your self-assurance, faith, and determination, you will begin to see that doors open, opportunities present themselves, and success begins to move in your direction. The vast majority of people are unaware of the extent to which they have control over their own lives. They have the tendency to believe that life is simply happening to them, and that they are helpless victims of events over which they have no control. Nevertheless, the reality is that life is constantly reacting to you. Whether or not you are aware of it, the energy that you emit is influencing the reality that you experience. Even if you go to bed each night anticipating difficulties, you will still find them. Imagine that you are continually complaining about how difficult life is, how nothing ever works out for you, and how the chances are stacked against you. What do you think will happen? Because your mind is constantly searching for evidence to support the beliefs that you hold, this is precisely what life will continue to demonstrate to you. If you have the belief that the world is unfair, you will continually look for evidence to support that belief. Your attention will continually be drawn to the things that are going wrong if you have the belief that you are unfortunate. In addition, before you know it, you have established a reality in which the only thing you see is battle. This, however, is not the only way it operates. If you wake up with a conviction that great things are on their way to you, if you have the energy of someone who is aware that they are destined for more, if you choose to see possibilities rather than hurdles, then you will be able to achieve more. All of a sudden, life will begin to work in your favor. You will become aware of opportunities that you have never seen before. It is inevitable that you will attract individuals who share your goal. It is not a matter of luck that you will find yourself at the appropriate locations at the appropriate times engaging in the appropriate activities. Rather, it is precisely because your energy is drawing those things toward you. It is not the purpose of this to pretend that life is flawless. There is no point in disregarding the issues at hand. It is about making the conscious decision to function from a mindset of power rather than one of weakness. Understanding that the way you think, say, and behave is a significant factor in determining the life you lead is essential. In order to achieve success, you must first practice thinking like a successful person. Only then will success come to you. Being able to carry the energy of someone who is already complete is necessary if you want to be loved. If you want to be respected, you must conduct yourself in life like someone who respects oneself. It is not something that you wait for life to offer to you. First, you transform into it. Some people always seem to come out on top, and this is why. The reason is not because they possess a greater talent. This is not due to the fact that they have more luck. They anticipate that, which is the reason. They carry themselves with an enthusiasm that communicates to the world that they are a part of this place. I am deserving of achieving success. In spite of everything, I am going to be successful. Moreover, since they have faith in it, they see it reflected back to them by the world. People who are plagued by feelings of fear, doubt, and insecurity, on the other hand, tend to attract circumstances that serve to reinforce such beliefs and emotions. They allow their history to determine their future destiny. They allowed unhappiness to come to them. As a result of their presumption that things would go wrong, they never even attempt to try. By doing so, it creates the exact reality that we experience. Fearful of them, they were terrified of them. You're a magnet with your energy. Things are being drawn in your direction on a consistent basis. The experiences, opportunities, and even difficulties that people have. You shouldn't blame the world if you don't like the people you're coming into contact with. Observe your own being. Consider what you are thinking. Keep an eye on your routines. Taking a look at your beliefs is important, since they are the factors that determine your reality. One cannot have a positive life while maintaining a pessimistic frame of mind. It is impossible to attract success if you are continuously having doubts about yourself. There is no quick way to achieve greatness. In order to receive what you desire, you must first become what you want to receive, while carrying the energy of someone who is frightened of failing. Instead of carrying the energy of the person you were, you need to carry the energy of the person you are becoming. Make a change in your energy. Stop awaiting changes from the outside world. Modify things from within first. Make a different speech. Make adjustments to your movements and your thoughts, because if your energy alters, everything else in your environment will conform to it. I am. Stop trying to convince those who don't believe in you that you are someone else. Take a break from attempting to prove yourself to people who are just aware of your history. Not speak a word, put in some quiet work. Construct in complete silence, because when the time comes, when your moment arrives, the world will have no option but to listen. Growing in quiet is the best way to prepare yourself. Not a single one of the most famous maneuvers in history was disclosed. They were ready for its arrival, so remain calm, have patience, and get ready. It is inevitable that everything that is intended for you will come to you. After that, you should go walk in their truth and allow life to bring you what is already yours. I am grateful to you